Hi everyone, welcome back to Stag Voiceover. My name is Neil Glasgow. So in today's video, I just wanted to give you my tip, essentially, one of my biggest tips when it comes to improving your workflow. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been contacted maybe 3 or 4 times by different people through Reddit and through the channel. Thank you very much. And some of the conversations are really centered around their workflow and actually how long it has taken them to do a relatively short record. So let's say a 10-minute record might actually take an hour. And that's a mixture of how they're recording. So if they make a mistake, they're maybe going back and recording a whole paragraph, or they're just trying to get it really right. So they're really emphasizing on how I can make this sound better, and you know, they're all good things. There's no critique here, but it's taking a very long time to do a relatively short piece. And the concern comes up from a couple of people of, do I get into long-form narration, audiobooks and stuff, if a 10-minute record takes me this long to do? So we had a few conversations, and I thought, do you know what? If this applies to them, then maybe it could apply to you as well. So let's get into it. My biggest headache, personally, when I'm recording, when I'm doing multiple records a day, or a client sends me through 10 things to record, whatever it is, I make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. So please don't ever think that, oh, no, Neil's got his thing together, he can just whip through because he's experienced. No. No. That's my thing. I've talked about it a few times before. It's a dog clicker, and when I make mistakes, I make that sound, and it's a very definitive waveform. Now, what this does for me and what really maximizes my workflow, it's not just that I can see that problem on the script and I can go back and edit. It allows me to not have to do it immediately. And that's my big tip. I tend, if I can get away with it, not editing immediately. I may come back hours later and edit. Preferably, I tend to edit all my mistakes the following day and then submit, if my client's timeline allows that. And what that means is 2 things, really. I get really frustrated with myself making mistakes. Now, sometimes those mistakes are down to me, to my reads. Sometimes those mistakes are down to just, it's a difficult script, the language might not be right, whatever it might be, but mistakes are made regardless. Every time I make a mistake, it's a little needle in my head. I don't like it. It just irritates me. So if I've done 10 scripts and I've made, let's be realistic, 100 mistakes, I'm going to be really quite irritated by that. And if I then need to go back same day or immediately and listen through all my mistakes, or even just see the number of mistakes using the waveform, that just bugs me, and that kind of affects my day as it goes along. It makes me not want to record the next thing, essentially. And that's a difficult mindset to get over, and that's something that people don't really talk about in this business, is sometimes the mindset is a big thing. It really does matter that you want to do the next thing. I might record a whole bunch of things for my clients and then think, right, I've got to go and do my auditions now, and there'll be 10 auditions that I could go and do. And I just don't want to, because I'm just annoyed. I'm just frustrated. And again, if I feel that, you might feel that. So my tip is, if you can, edit the next day or edit it later. Go away and have a sandwich and a cup of tea or whatever, a cup of coffee, Red Bull. Go away and just give yourself some headspace and come back and edit. And using this really does help, because I can really rush through the editing process. And what this also allows me to do is, when I make a mistake, I don't have to go back and repeat the whole paragraph. I can, but if I make a quick mistake, I can immediately pick up from the sentence that I made the mistake in, sometimes even just the word. I've got certain words that I take natural breaths on, ands, howevers, ifs, ors, buts. They are pause words for me when I'm doing my record. And quite often, those are the points where I can put a click in and catch my breath, swallow, whatever I need to do to help me maximize the time that I'm spending, but also to maximize my performance and not get as frustrated. And it used to really drive me insane before I used the clicker, because I would go back to whole paragraphs and stop and delete and go back and stop and delete and go back. It's a really frustrating thing for me. But if you can use something like this and just punch and roll, you make your mistake and you just pick up immediately, and that makes a 10-minute read 12 minutes, 15 minutes of your time if you make a lot of mistakes, like some people. Yeah. It really makes a difference. Whereas before, genuinely, honestly, a 10-minute read might take me 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And if it's taking you more time than that, if it's taking you an hour, that's not a reflection on your capability. It's really not. You just need to pick up some of the tips that are out there to help improve your workflow. And those are my 2 tips. Get yourself one of these. I've talked about it many times before. They're on Amazon. I think I spent £2.50 on that. And edit later or edit the next day. I promise you, at least for me, it really does help my headspace, and it lets me record more in a day than I would do if I was just in a really frustrated mood. I hope that helps. If it did, like and subscribe, share it, Facebook, Twitter, all the usual YouTube stuff. And again, just a shout out for the VoiceOver Advice Reddit page. If you've got something that you think is going to help anyone in the community, advice, blogs, whatever it is, as long as it helps someone, please head over there. There's no topic that's off the table as long as it helps someone. And remember, you can absolutely be a voiceover artist. I'll see you in the next video.